A certain young man visited a king looking for a job. And the king decided to give him an opportunity to work in his chambers. Yeah. As happy as he was, he started the job with fullness in his heart. He did the job very wonderfully well, and over the years, the king developed likeness in him and decided to make him his right-hand man over his family, his household, his farm, his kingdom. The young man was very happy. He was dutiful at his job. But something happened along the line. He began to grow in riches and wealth. Of course, working for a king is something to look out for. So, at a point in his lifetime, he became pompous because he was overseeing the affairs of the kingship and everything around the king. Of course, the king is a busy man. Everything that has to do with the kingdom was put in the hand of this young man. But something happened. The young man began to grow in pride. He was full of pride, and everything around him was in negation to what the king has ordered him to do. So one day, the king called him to his chambers, of course, to invite him for the opulence of the king. He refused because at that point in time, he had grown in wealth and affluence. He was known all over the kingdom because everything that the king wants to do, it was done by him. Of course, we can call him the right hand of the king. The king became unhappy because of this, and he called his advisors. The advisors decided or advised the king to visit the young man in his house. So, the king told the young man, "I'll be visiting your house on this particular day. Prepare for me." And so, this young man, believing that the king was going to honor him based on the stewardship of ease, put his house in order. He invited a lot of musicians, magicians, singers, entertainment personnel. And the day came. The king came in his entourage and visited the young man. The celebration began and the service to the king. But one thing the king observed during the service was that all the entertainers and the singers and musicians that were singing were praising the young man instead of the king. And the king, out of sheer wit, laughed, enjoyed the moment, and went back to his palace. That night, the king couldn't sleep. Something struck the king in his mind, and he said to himself, "This young man is becoming too proud, too rich and wealthy." So once again, he called his advisors and they advised him, "This is the time for you to get rid of this young man because he is becoming outwitty for you." So the king sent his soldiers, they arrested him, put him in a dungeon, seized all his properties and everything to his name. 7 days later, he was beheaded. He died. This is the point of my story. Never outshine your masters. I'll be reading a particular passage from the book 48 Laws of Power. Yes. And the first chapter talks about something very, very important, especially those who are apprenticeship to some masters or masterminds in areas of life. When you are going through some situations and you are being mentored by certain people or an individual and you are growing in wisdom and knowledge, please never outshine your masters. So I read, always make those above you feel comfortably superior in your desire to please and impress them. Do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite, that is fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than you are, and you will attain the height of power. The point of today's message is to tell you that in whatever escapade that you are passing through, especially when it comes to apprenticeship under a particular master or mastermind, please do not try to outshine your master, because there's a day of reckoning, and when the time comes, your master will feel you are becoming too proud to be mentored and will definitely kick you out. But instead, make sure that you learn and educate yourself, become a master of your own pace, and when the time comes for you to bow out, you bow out peacefully, in harmony, in love with your master. Thank you very much. Please be kind enough to subscribe to this channel, and you'll be getting amazing tips from me to you. God bless you.